Darcy, thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us a little more about your film, Lucky Strikes?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an 80-minute comedy about two friends trying to buy their dad's bowling alley as they're kind of stuck in the mud, about to get evicted, and it's their last chance to try to change their lives and make a better life for themselves. And then they're thwarted by their their childhood nemesis, who's like a big real estate agent who's trying to buy the bowling alley so they don't get it. And it's a crazy ragtag wild comedy.
Nice. And can you tell us about, I guess, some of the background? Where did the idea for this film come from?
Yeah, I came up with it a couple of years ago when I just finished another show I did for APTN DJ Barbanic, and I was like, well, what's the next idea? And you're always wondering, like, oh, is that the best thing I've ever, it's gonna be able to do? And I think my buddy invited me out to a bowling league. He's like, hey, I need an extra person for my team, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. And I remember like the first couple times I went, I was like looking around, and I was like, this is a cool setting. Like, you have characters, and like there's things like bowling lotions because like their hands need certain grip, and everyone has their little trinkets, and I was like, this is like bingo. Like, you see the cookums with all their dabbers, and it was very it was a funny setting, and I was like, what would it be like to shoot a feature in a setting like this? So I slowly started to come up with the idea, and I was like, well, what if a young guy like me tries to buy it? And like, well, how much do they cost? And then it just totally started to kind of unravel over time, and I got really lucky, and I applied for some funding with Imagine Data, which is one of our Indigenous film festivals here in Canada, and I got lucky. And after that, it was applying to the telefilm. We got some funding, and then it was going to camera, and it was a pretty quick after we got the script made, but it was a good experience. My first time doing it, so yeah.
That's great. And Darcy, you've been involved in many projects over the years, including a number on APTN like DJ Burnt Bannock, which you were talking about there. But this is your feature film directorial debut. Can you talk about the lengthy process you had to do to get the film made?
Yeah, absolutely. It's writing a script isn't the easiest. You always think like, oh, I got an idea. You always have that writer friend who's like, I got this idea, and so it takes a little bit to get it to actually sit down and write it, and then you got to come up with the jokes and stuff. And but because of my producing background, I was able to get us funded pretty quickly. But then it was done. Shooting took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take in post production. So we've been doing it for the past year and a half. But it's been an amazing experience. It's been super fun. I'll never forget it. It's been awesome.
And Lucky Strikes is set to have its world premiere at the Whistler Film Festival here. What do you hope people take away from the film?
I just hope people can sit back after a long, hard day and watch a movie and get lost in the characters and have a great laugh, and because that's kind of my shows. Like, I really enjoy slapstick comedy and comedy where you can just kind of forget about what's going on in the world and just have a good time, and because that's what I love to do at the end of the day. It's just put on some acting good and just get lost in those characters.
Well, Darcy, we really appreciate your time for talking with us today about your film, and we wish you all the best on the success of this film.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here.